Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. By the way, I'm going to need that energy for the game tonight, man. I swear down. But Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to the preview. Earlier in the morning, I did by myself. Now I have a guest with me who's representing Manchester City. You know what I'm saying? And listen, it'll be very interesting to talk about the Hilal and Man City that's owned by an Emirati sheikh, you know what I mean? With a representative. I can't even fucking speak. But guys, you know what to do. Subscribe, press alarm bells for future content notifications, like, comment your way. Go check ZeerTalks socials and inshallah roll wherever you may be. Big up Liam for the raid. TBV Raiders talking about Voltamada news. Listen, the fact that we're talking about that guy, until they get it done, we may as well not talk about it. Let's talk about the Hilal, you know, Man City. So, listen, I say we bring in the man who has returned to Manchester City for the Club World Cup, Kevin De Bruyne. That was good.
Let me talk.
What are you saying, bro?
You're about to get smashed. No, I actually think it will be quite a tough game because I know Al Hilal is like not European quality, let's be honest, but they're not bad. We saw against Real Madrid, not the best Real Madrid to be fair, but against Real Madrid, they outplayed Madrid. They've got fire in them and they've got some really good players, like João Cancelo, sounds like a familiar name. So they've got some very good players there. What I think is the problem, though, with Al Hilal is they get too many draws. Like, I look at against Salzburg, they got a draw. Against Real Madrid, they got a draw. When they play these bigger teams, they're able to go for the draw, but it doesn't seem like they're able to go for the knockout, which I think when they're playing Man City in a knockout game, which is going to be more serious than the first game of our group stage, aware that Al Hilal is a bit stronger, I think that's going to be a lot tougher of a game. Of course, Real Madrid is dealing with a completely new manager as well, whereas Man City is not. So the players know this guy. I think this is going to be a tough game, though, because we need to rest somebody. Whether it's Haaland, whether it's, I don't know, Marmoush, Foden, Rodri, whoever it is, we need to rest someone, because this is our last chance to rest a player. We're not doing it in the quarterfinal against probably Inter. And we're not doing it in the semi, where I imagine we'll face, I don't know, probably Chelsea.
It's Chelsea or Palmeiras. I wouldn't be shocked Palmeiras made that semi, by the way.
I won't be surprised if Palmeiras got there, but I think Chelsea will. I think Chelsea will have the most scummy win. It's going to be 2-1, super stinky.
Yeah. I mean, you know what, though, Alf? I mean, mad that you just went to the point. But, you know, we'll get there. You know what I mean? But, no, listen, I get your point about the draws. I mean, we drew to Real Madrid and we drew to Salzburg and then beat Pachuca. Now, I have to let you know, I actually think us drawing to Real Madrid was a good thing. Now, could we have won the game? Sure. I mean, I'm the first guy to say some of the Saudi names, even Salam Ad-Dosri, which, by the way, will be missing for the game. He got injured in the Pachuca game. He was very nervous in front of goal. You can tell, which is weird because he's the same guy that turned up in the game against Argentina in the World Cup, and that was massive. You know, he didn't show as much fear then that he did against Madrid. So I was a bit shocked there. But listen, for me,
you know what it may be. He didn't know who Messi was. Some of these players, they don't know. Maybe he didn't know.
No. By the way, in Saudi, we all know who Messi is. No, don't do this, bro. We all know who, bro. A Saudi fan, bro, he started this whole trend of where's Messi? Where's Messi, bro? Come on now, let's not do this. Let's not do this, bro. But no, listen. Within Hilal, I just felt like because it was Inzaghi's first game. Because remember, Inzaghi is now a current manager. Funny enough, the same manager that lost to you in a final of a Champions League. You know, so maybe you'll use that as like a motivational reason to like go again.
It's a very different team, though. For the players who are in it and stuff.
Nah, but anyway, I felt like these players was just like, we need to turn up against Madrid in the opening game. I feel like Inzaghi put that to their heads. But then
Yeah,
we play against Salzburg, and I have to give it to Salzburg to be fair. They played in a good low block. However, the fact that we couldn't break them down is very poor. I actually thought for a guy that has so much tech, Cancelo didn't have the best of game in that one. If I keep it a buck. Um, and then we play against Pachuca, and we had a bit of a better display. I would say not the prettiest, but like it was a bit better. You know what I mean? And we got the win 2-0. Pachuca wasn't good though, but get the point. Now we get
yeah,
to City. The thing is, I said this in my preview, and I had a little bit of a discussion in the comments with Hilal Sfc. I feel like this is gonna be one of them games because you're gonna have majority of the ball, and we're not because we have Inzaghi. Inzaghi likes to adapt,
yeah,
right? I actually would agree if he did that because I don't think we're gonna beat you if we attack you. It's not gonna happen. If anything, you will destroy us if you attack. If we attack, especially our center back Koulibaly, the guy likes to overcommit. Could you imagine how Marmoush would be feeling, or Haaland
red
would be?
card after 15 minutes.
Exactly. This is why if we stand a chance against you, I think we actually have to sit deep. I think our only
Yeah,
chance in getting, I think we have to try to drag you into extra time, maybe hit you on the brick, win 1-0 or something, like a Palace like, type scenario, you know? Like,
Greece 2004 is what we're talking about here. Greece 2004 sits deep. By the way, if you've never watched the 2004 Euros, the
no, I
games are
haven't.
free on YouTube. Go watch it because it's actually quite good how Greece played. People say it's stinky, but if you actually go watch the games, they
Hey,
actually played
listen,
really
I
well.
rate the fact that teams stink it out, bro. Do have to, yeah,
Yeah,
it's one,
and
so.
that's what Al Hilal is going to have to do. But the thing is, it's Man City. When you defend too deeply, you just get constricted against Man City. You just get constricted for the full game, and sometimes you need to get out of that. And if you don't, you're just gonna get tired and concede because mentally it's difficult to defend. Maybe it's more
I
tiring
agree,
to
yes.
attack physically, but mentally you get drained when you defend. So if you're defending for like 30 minutes in the first half, the second half you're going to start poorly. And Man City is going to know that. And when you have players like Haaland, Marmoush, Doku, who's actually playing well now, Ait Nouri, Cherki, Foden, you don't want to start a half of football badly. So I think that defending too much can actually be a death trap for you guys because you'll be tired by the time it's 60 minutes.
Yeah, but the problem is, I feel like, and I saw some credit I have to give to, I mean, your board for making signings before Club World Cup. So if you didn't make signings, I actually would have given us more of a chance. But the fact you made the signings, and
I
look what
don't
they did.
think we would have been able to play you if we did make those signings.
No, 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 no. I think it would have kind of, because, bro, some of your midfielders, bro, cooked, bro. I'll be real. Like, you know what I mean? But now they have Rodri back, you have Sherk, you have Reinders. You know what I mean? I would say your weakest link is your your back line, but that depends who you play. Like if you're playing, who's that Brazilian guy's name, Reis or whatever his name is,
Vitor Reis.
Peter Reis and Akanji, which you're not because I think you play Ruben Diaz. You probably play
Yeah,
Diaz, and I don't know who's going to be next to him. But if you play that
probably
dude,
5-year-old.
yeah, yeah. If you play them guys, well, yeah, and then I will need the miracle to hit you on the. Especially that we're missing. So I would imagine Inzaghi will probably stick to the same plan, which is like 4-3-3, but like in game is going to be different. Like some of these players will have to work harder for the ball, probably.
Yeah.
But realistically, I think we're better off playing a back three. Um, because I just feel like you're gonna suffocate us from like minute 1 to 90. I don't think we're gonna get our like. I would love to be confident. Trust me, I would love to be confident. But if I'm an honest guy, I can't have blind faith. Yeah,
Yeah.
I may be a Muslim and we believe in faith in this, but not blindly. Yeah, I'm not doing this blindly. And if I'm being real, like, yeah, it's just one of them ones that I just think you'll suffocate us. Now, do I think you're going to destroy us like a lot of fans do because they're a bunch of geeks? No. I actually think we will continue at some stage. But like you said, we'll eventually get tired out and we're probably going to concede a few goals. I think that's what's going to happen.
You know what You know what I think this game might be like? Remember a few years back when Celtic played Real Madrid and it was 0-0 at halftime, and then like in 10 minutes it went from 0-0 to 3-0 to Real Madrid. I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see a super boring, even if we dare call that, a very boring first half, and then we're going to have that second half. There's going to be one moment where it just crumbles away. And when you've been defending for so long, then mentally it all goes away for a little bit. They call that tilting, by the way. That's in sports they call that tilting. It's when you completely lose it after having one defeat after a hard-fought game. So I think your concern may be tilting. For Man City, our weakest link is our right back. I don't think it's our centre backs because we'll play Gvardiol and Ruben Dias, and they're both incredible. Otherwise, we can play Husanov. He's also incredible. Akanji, not the greatest, let's be honest, but he's still got a few. I would hope he's still got a few minutes in him. Then left back, Ait Nouri. He is better at defending than people give him credit for, I think. He's not great defensively, but people think he's horrible. He's not. He's just okay defensively. Our weakest link is our right back, because we don't have one. We're playing Matheus Nunes there, and his defending is a nightmare. I mean, he got cooked by Fran Jutla. If you can get cooked by Jutla, I'm sorry. So we can play Husanov on right back, but he's a centre back, so now you're shifting centre backs to right back. So I think that's our weakest link. And if you're to score, I think you have to score down that left-hand side. But Pep Guardiola has already found a solution to that. That's how he played at the end of the season. That's why Nico Gonzalez was dropped at the end of the season. You play Bernardo Silva next to Matheus Nunes, because Bernardo Silva will drop deeper, and Bernardo Silva will cover for Matheus Nunes. Take, for example, the Everton game, because they have a very beautiful link-up with each other. I don't think people talk about it enough. And this is why I think Bernardo is a good choice for captain, retrospectively. I didn't say that before it happened, but retrospectively, this is why he's a good choice. Against Everton, Bernardo Silva was constantly behind Matheus Nunes. Every time we lost the ball down the right-hand side, Bernardo Silva just stayed in position to slow the game down. He didn't try to win the ball back. He just tried to slow it down long enough for everyone else to get back in formation. And when we had the ball, Bernardo Silva was coaching Matheus Nunes. Before the goal, because Matheus Nunes got an assist, before Matheus Nunes' assist, you need to go back and watch that. He was literally telling Matheus Nunes, wait. Then he told him to run and gave Matheus Nunes the ball, and Matheus Nunes got an assist. So I think if we play Bernardo Silva, I think people will maybe have a minor panic attack on Twitter, but if we play Bernardo Silva, we can actually mitigate the problem on right back area. Our midfield will be a bit weaker, but I don't mind, because I think that's less of a problem than if our right back area can get countered easily. We'll have the ball anyways, even if our midfield is not as strong as it can be.
I mean, if that's the case, then Renan Lodi will have work to do. Because Renan Lodi, I mean, he don't get it twisted. He's not bad going forward. Actually, funny enough, he actually did a good job against Trent. You know what I mean? That Hilal Madrid game. But then again, the problem is, and this is my problem with a lot of these attacking fullbacks nowadays in today's game. He's one of the problems. And I have this problem usually with Laimer Akbar. Like, when they push up, they're not back defensively, and that's where the transitions happen. I think that's more of an issue with football today. But like, again, this affects Al Hilal, the Lodi pushing up, losing the ball, and then I don't see him in defense, and then I see Koulibaly overcommitting. I will tell you though, one defender I do want you to look out for, because this defender, you don't know him. Us Saudi fans, we praise him a lot. Hassan Timbukti. He's that same defender that had a good display against Madrid. He's actually had a very good tour. I think every game we've played, he's been very good, actually. The Salzburg, the Pachuca, last-inch tackles when they're about to go in transition, he's there. Recovery runs, unbelievable, physical. Hassan Timbukti is that guy. He's even linked to a La Liga club. What is it called? Deportivo Alaves, I think. علمني يا بسام وش اسم النادي. He's in the chat. Stop making sense. علمني وش النادي اسمها. نسيت الاسم. But yeah, he's linked to one Spanish club and he's had a good. So I would say look out for him. I wouldn't be shocked if Koulibaly also. And I'm not saying have a good game overall. Deportivo Alaves. Thank you. Shukran. Shukran. Yeah, Bassam. Shukran. Yeah, see, he said it. So I wouldn't be shocked if Koulibaly had a good game in a sense that like he'll mark Haaland out, but then give other City players room. Because that happens a lot. I've noticed when I watch you in games in the Premier League and Champions League, when Haaland gets marked out, gives freedom for other players. That's why you were able to give Madrid a game, and you were able to like when you were in your good phase.
Yeah.
Which people don't talk about enough, but I notice it. So yeah, it's one of them ones for me in which, yeah, it might be a good performance from a Koulibaly, hypothetically, but at what cost? You know what I mean? Especially with our fullbacks pushing up. So that's why I want to play a 3 at the back or a 5 at the back, because I know what's gonna happen. A lot of Hilal fans, they're trolling now after that Pachuca win. They're like, "How to Hilal? How to City? Give me City." It's banter. It's not serious. They know. We all know we're losing. But you know,
I said give me Real Madrid. I said give me Real Madrid before the Champions League. Then we got Real Madrid in the like playoff, whatever you call it, and I was like, for fuck's sake, why Real Madrid again?
No, but people don't. We were banter. We don't mean it, bro. Like we like doing this stuff. So listen,
yeah, no, I know.
I just think City will give us trouble, man. Our only hope is if we can catch your defense, maybe midfield lacking in a moment, transition. And then when we get to that point, we have to finish. But Leonardo, this tournament, a'udhu billah. But we don't have Mitrovic, which whatever you want to say about him, he's usually our talisman whenever he plays, right?
Mitrovic, is this the Mitrovic that played at Fulham?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's underrated. He's always been a consistent striker.
Well, he was one of our better players in our league when not past season, 2 seasons ago. But the problem is I would only get rid of him because of the foreigner count and then the injury record he's had.
Yeah.
It's not good. And again, now he's out. He's been out since before Real Madrid. You know what I mean? After the season, and like he came with us, he pulled up to America with the team. Then all of a sudden, injury. And we're like, oh, God. Seriously? And then I have Leonardo up top. Can't finish his chances. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But you know what? I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah.
And I know obviously your team is too good, so more likely than not, like it's gonna be hard, but there's no point me doing combined 11, basically what I'm saying. But if there was a player that you look at Al Hilal's team, would you think whether it's squad player or whatnot you would take at your team? Like out of the Ruben Neves, Milinkovic Saviches, Koulibaly's, Yassine Bono.
I'm gonna get murdered for this by some Man City fans, but I would actually take Cancelo back for the season.
You know what? When he joined us from you guys, I have to say, this guy, bro, I actually thought he was the best right back for in the Saudi Pro League. Genuinely, he was that good, bro. The defending isn't even as bad as you man make out. I swear down, bro. Like
no. You know what it is, yeah? Pep Guardiola pushed him so high up that he literally couldn't defend. He had to sprint back across the pitch. So then, by the time he was back, the chance was already happened. So defending wasn't the problem. It's just how highly up he was pushed. But I mean, that's what Pep's fault needed. Like that system worked. Look at the amount of assists and goals Cancelo got out of that.
You know what? I'm willing. Listen, not like I want to offer anybody that's good in my club because we need it for Saudi League and whatever. But
yeah,
if I was to offer hypothetically a player to you, I think for Man City level, whether it is like on the bench because you have Rodri at the end of the day, and you got Reinders. I'm not gonna act like you don't. I would offer you Ruben Neves or Milinkovic Savic. I feel like, especially Savic, because I think Savic is one of them guys that's very versatile. For a City system, I think he's hella versatile and would suit. I feel like he's one of them players that Pep can figure out where to play him anywhere, like generally speaking.
I would rather Ruben Neves then, to be honest.
Really?
I know he's not as versatile, but I think that's more quality there. And um, I think if you have Ruben Neves, because you give him the Bernardo Silva role basically, and you let Bernardo Silva mentor him a bit. Maybe there's that nationality aspect that comes into it. You might have something kick off. He's also younger, I believe. I'm actually not sure. How old is Milenkovic Savic? He's older
Milinkovic
than
Savic is. I think he's. If I'm not mistaken, I think late 20s. I could be
late
wrong.
20s. Okay, so they're about the same age.
I'm sure. I'm pretty sure. I can check for you just to make sure. No, he's 30.
Yeah.
Exactly, he hit 30.
Okay, so yeah, he is a bit older than Ruben Neves, who's 28. Neves is a very good player, I think. Not saying that Milenkovic Savic isn't, but Neves has a few more years in him. I think as a bench player, he would be incredible rotational wise. And Rodri has that injury anyways. He's going to come back, of course. But do you want him to play every game against the bottom 5 teams? Probably not.
Then you'll be better off.
Then you can have Neves play there. I mean, having Neves against the bottom 5 teams, for the weaker teams in the Champions League, for cup games, I mean, that's incredible. So I think I'd take Neves. Milenkovic Savic is more versatile, but I think less overall as good.
You know what's mad? You're going to call me crazy. I think Ruben Neves is one of them players. I think him and Savic, both of them. I feel like they are two of those players that we signed that realistically could have gone to a bigger club in Europe and shocked the world. I'm not joking. Like, I actually genuinely think we hit the fucking jackpot with these two. You can argue Cancelo too, but people don't like his defensive with this. But I would add him as well. I think them three are the type of players that if they went to like a top side in Europe, they'd shock like a lot of people. Because Savic is very versatile. He can defend, he can create chances, he has tech, all this stuff. And then with Ruben Neves, he's one of the midfielders that is very rare to find nowadays in football, in which they like to help defensively and they like to start attacks. They like to be deep line playmakers. These deep line playmakers that like to win the ball and help the defenses, very rare to find in today's game. And I feel like a guy like him would benefit teams that need that. So that's why I mentioned these two personally for me.
What about Caio Cesar? He's a Brazilian you guys got. Portugal.
He's pretty raw though. The thing is, he's very good technically.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say the problem with him, he might play tomorrow, by the way, so you'll have a good eye on him, I guess. But I think the issue with him in product, and I know you guys have a huge thing against wingers.
Savio Doku.
I know. Listen, Savio he's a baller. Don't get it twisted. I actually rate Savio highly in terms of that. But the problem is also, I hear you. I think you have to play Savio on the left. I do not know why you play Doku, bro. Like, I know I see you play Doku. I'm like,
The problem is Pep Guardiola is a manager who adapts players to his system and not his system to his players. He wants Doku and Savio to cut inside, so that if you cut inside, you need to be Doku's best foot is his right foot. So if he cuts inside from, he needs to be on his right foot, and Savio is left-footed. So Pep Guardiola has the problem where he tries to play his own system too much and not look at what his players are actually capable of. I think that has improved with Pep Lijnders coming in, because Pep Lijnders, this is a guy that was under Jurgen Klopp for a long time. This is a guy who plays football in a completely different way. It's with the ball, just like Pep, but it's so explosive, it's so direct. It's not keep the ball. If you have the ball for longer than 5 seconds, Pep Lijnders thinks you're doing something wrong. Meanwhile, if you have the ball for only 5 seconds, Pep thinks you're doing something wrong. So these are two completely different ways of playing football, even though it's both attacking. So, and his speciality for Pep Lijnders is wide players, fullbacks and wingers. So I think this guy is, the reason we brought this guy in is because Pep looked at our terrible winger situation and thought, I'm not good enough to coach these wingers. Let me get a proper man in who will do these wingers justice. So I think that Savio and Doku, their output will actually increase with Pep Leenders, because people don't think about this enough. What are you training on before and after and during training? Because footballers don't stop training just because training is done.
Yeah.
Are they training some tricks? Or are they doing one-on-ones? Because Pep Leenders will have these guys doing one-on-ones. Pep Leenders will have these guys try to put balls in top of the net. What Pep will do, Pep Guardiola, he'll try to have these guys get it the ball. He'll try to have these guys pass the ball. That's what Pep Guardiola will focus on. So Leenders will focus more on the direct aspect, which I think is better for these two at least.
Yeah, by the way, before we move on, Northside, big up for the raid, but you're a fraud for saying Benfica raid. Look how we're talking about Bayern here, bro. We're talking about El Hilal. You got eliminated to this guy's club. I hold it, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Allow it, bro. But big up for the raid, Northside. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but by the way, I want y'all to subscribe, like, comment your way, go check social. Inshallah. By the way, since he wants to cook me so bad, I want to know, did I cook? Because apparently I'm Pavlidis, guys.
Fucking Pavlidis, bro. Looking like a B-Tech Zir up front, bro. Not knowing how to finish his fucking chances, bro.
Yo.
Now I'm tired. Now I'm talking now. And look at Sabin. Silence. I don't want to hear nothing right now. Don't want to hear nothing. I don't want Zir up front. I want Zir in the stream so we can talk about football. I don't want to see Zir being the chance creator and not putting chances away. Fuck this team, bro. Fuck this team.
I didn't know you
Did
played
I perform?
Did I
perform? Hey, did I perform against Bayern München? I don't know. I had a counter attack in front of goal, and then Neuer and Upamecano had some save debacle, and the ball went out of play. I don't know, bro. You know what I mean?
I didn't know you played pro football.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That must be why you're rich. That must be why you're rich, mate.
Now, big up Northside. Listen, guys, whoever was his channel in the comments, you're here now. Subscribe, like, comment your way. We're just talking about Al Hilal and Manchester City as they play one another in literally a few hours. I'm going to have to stay up watching my club get eliminated. Fantastic. And by the way, before we move on, big up to Connor Povey. What this guy did on Instagram is crazy. Man actually made drawings of myself being a wrestler. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Grande, what was it, Arabian? I don't know what he made, bro, but it's insane, man. Hilarious. Go check his Insta, man. But listen, back to Man City and Al Hilal. So yeah, listen, I want to ask you, Alf. You have an Arab player. You just signed from Frankfurt. Amar Marmoush. Now, he's actually talked a lot heading into this game. I don't know if you've noticed or not. He's done interviews, not just in English, but in Arabic as well, for Arabic channels.
He's also saying it in Arabic.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, and he was, from the ones that I've seen from the Hilal pages, he was talking about how he's looking forward to the game, how he's actually respecting Al Hilal, and how he's actually glad to be facing teams like that, and not just them, but teams from other continents around the globe, and that's why he's respecting the competition. So I wanted to ask about Marmoush. What type of role do you think he would play in this game?
It really depends on how we play. If Haaland plays, I think he will, by the way. I reckon Haaland will play every game from now on. If Haaland plays, I think Marmoush will play on the left wing, and we'll have our midfield of Bernardo Silva. He's captain, he will play. Probably Rodri and Reinders, but Rodri may be dropped for fitness reasons. Again, last chance to rest him before the quarter, semi, and final. So I reckon Marmoush will play on the left wing, but he doesn't really play as a left winger because Aït-Nouri pushes up and he goes into the half space. And in the half spaces is where Marmoush is most dangerous, because in that area, he's got the time to just go down to the touchline and cut it back, which he's not great at crossing. But if you can just cut it back from the touchline, you don't have to be a great crosser. He's got he's got a lot of finishes in him from tight angles. Like, we don't have anyone else who can finish from a tight angle like Marmoush can. So I reckon he'll be playing in that half space all game. But what he'll do is when Bernardo Silva has the ball, for example, Silva will want to go down the left. He'll overlap with Silva, give Silva that space because the defender will follow him. And this happened against Newcastle, for example, with Foden. No goal came from it, but he just overlapped suddenly when he's been playing in that half space all game. And the defender followed him, and suddenly Foden had free space. So if Silva can then find a cross to someone, maybe Haaland, I reckon Haaland beats your defenders physically. I don't know what you think about that, but I reckon we scored through Haaland. Marmoush, I think, will just run at your defense constantly, which will be difficult to deal with for you guys.
I think Haaland's performance is dictated based on what Inzaghi shapes our team to be like. Because one thing I noticed about Haaland is when he faces a side that completely just targets him, he's marked out of the game. But then that would help other players. But now if it's more open,
he's not marked out of the game, though, because why was Rudiger dropped in the treble season in the second game? Because Rudiger played the first game at the Bernabeu. He was dropped for the game at the Etihad. Why was he dropped?
He played. But I'm saying
he was dropped. Rudiger was dropped. You know why?
No, you mean Rudiger, Haaland. I'm talking about Haaland.
Yeah.
No, Rudiger,
Rudiger was dropped because he followed Haaland. That made De Bruyne have space to score a goal. That's why Rudiger was dropped.
Yeah,
and
but
people seem to not understand it. And when you mark out Haaland, like you don't, you create space for others, as you said. The problem is, Man City did not have the quality to score from other players last season. Now we do. So you can't mark out Haaland. If you're leaving one player or two players on Haaland all game, then you've got a 99% chance of conceding from Marmoush, from anyone else on the pitch, really, Cherky or something like that. Meanwhile, if you mark Haaland less slightly, you've got an 80% chance of conceding through Haaland. So it's the ultimatum: 80% chance you concede from Haaland, or 99% chance you concede from others. Whereas before we went and signed new players, the ultimatum was a 5% chance you concede from someone else and 99% chance you concede from Haaland. That's a problem Man City had. That's not a problem anymore. And it would be very naive to mark Haaland the way that has been done last season.
I hear you. But the thing, again, I'm just talking about Haaland specifically. I mean, like I said, if they were trying, like, let's say hypothetically, we have Koulibaly. Let's say he has him, hypothetically. That would still give space for your other players. Oh, by the way, we don't even know if Sheikh is going to play. Who knows? Like, that guy, and he alone could cause a threat to our team. You know what I mean? That's if he's allowed to play freely, of course, because Phil Foden, I do not know why. Yeah, I do not know why Foden doesn't pass him at times. At times I watch your games and I see him not pass him. I'm like, bro, pass the ball. You know what I mean? Also, Phil Foden needs to be careful.
In the Juventus game, Phil Foden and Cherky were playing 1-2s constantly. They're just
I know. With each other. No, which is good. But I just had to call that out because in the earlier games he was not doing still. But listen. If them two are on it, then it's gonna be long for us. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? As much as I want to like say that your wingers might not do much, our fullbacks is pushing up. If they do, just gives you guys license to have that element of freedom. That's the thing. So like, that's why I want to sit deep and then hit you in the break, because that's all we can really do. If we push for it, then no matter how good or bad some of your players are, they have the space to do the job. They will have space to do the job. And this is my fear, because Pep has this thing about him in which he just likes to suffocate everybody, bro. He has this. Now, is it boring to watch? Yes. Trust me. I have his disciple at my other club. They're managing. Trust me, I know. Boring, U-shaped football, pathetic. However, if we're being honest, the way Pep executes it, because he's able to adapt in these little details, is better. And that in itself is an issue for us. You know what I mean? So, listen, all I can hope for is we take you to like maybe penalties, you know, and then scumbag our way into the shootout. Or let's say you miss so many shots. I actually think Yassine Bono, by the way, would be fucking massive. Yassine Bono, inshallah alayh, this guy would, you know, when DT once said, save the Titanic. Bro, I think Bono is saving the Titanic times 2. Times 2, bro.
You know what I think is your best chance to win? I think your best chance to win is to and if you do this, you'll get spammed, by the way, most likely. But your best chance to win is to not be scared to play football. Sometimes being scared to play football is the worst thing you can do. You need to just be brave and play football. And if you get spammed 5-0, it is what it is. But if you defend all game, I just think you're going to get tired and lose because you don't have the quality defensively that maybe Atletico Madrid does. And even Atletico Madrid, they get spammed when they defend too long. So you can't defend 90 minutes. I mean, you said that yourself about Atletico Madrid a little while ago. Or was it Liam? I can't actually remember.
Yeah, no, it was me. I said, because I had a convo with my cousin. Yeah, he's supposed to. I agree with you 100%. Obviously, in the start of the game, maybe we have to feel you out a bit. But, bro,
yes.
My fear is, I just feel like you guys from minute 1 to 90 already in. This is the thing. If you got, obviously, maybe first few minutes, see if you guys actually go all in. But if they're palming us, because let's be honest, you're going to control the game. If you are controlling the game, all we can do is adapt, right?
Yes.
That's all we can do. So that's why, save the trouble. You're better off playing 3 in the back with fullbacks and then just prepare for what's coming. Prepare for what's coming and then try to do this. That's what he did with Inter Milan, by the way. When we played Inter Milan, or like even when Barca played Inter, what he did was, Inzaghi, he would shape up that 5 in the back or 3 in the back, and these wing backs were attacking. They were helping in transition. I'm hoping that we can try to do this with Lodi and Cancelo. You get me? I'm hoping that we can do that with them guys. And then the forwards are there to like take advantage of whatever. Not like they will, because I know their finishing is lackluster.
But I've got a question. If your forwards are through 1-on-1, are they fast enough? Because obviously I've not watched Al Hilal enough to know. Are they fast enough to get away from Guardiola and Aït-Nouri?
Leonardo, no. If we play Malcolm up top, maybe. I would say Malcolm, maybe. But Leonardo, no. Kyle Cesar, if he was to play, he's quick. Who else is quick in our team? Yeah, I think those are the only guys really quick. Maybe you could say Salim, kind of, but even then, he's not the quickest of guys. Yeah, Lodi will be pretty quick. Cancelo is pretty as well. I wouldn't say really. So
Cancelo is slowing down.
Yeah. He's kind of. He's not. Like Lodi would be, yes. So it depends who's making the runs. But if you're asking the forwards, which I would imagine would be playing, which is Malcolm, Leonardo, maybe Caio, the striker himself, Leonardo, no, not gonna lie. And Malcolm probably, and Caio Cesar probably. So that's what I would say.
And
it's a team from Fluminense. Oh shit.
And would they be physical enough to handle Ruben Dias and Guardiola there at centre back? Because that's 2 brick walls at centre back.
No, that's why we're missing Mitrovic, because we're missing that physical element into the. The thing is with El Hilal, we love to cross the ball, and we have this habit of cross. No, it's a habit. I mean, it's been minimized under Inzaghi so far, thank God. Not crossing 24/7, actually playing with the ball a bit. But under Jorge Jesus, which funny enough is going to join in Nasser because that's what Ronaldo wants. Hold that, fraud. Yeah. Guess what? All we did was cross. Literally, we'd be direct, but then for some reason we'd want to cross the ball. It's like direct, but then no direction. And just cross. Like, it was getting jarring. So yeah, though I wouldn't be shocked if you just body us if it's Guardiol and Diaz playing. Um, the thing is, our only hope in breaking down your defense is your fullbacks.
You know what?
But then
Why
again,
you
you
need
have
to
eight
cross
Nouri.
in.
But then you have eight Nouri. So
You know why you need to cross in. Both Guardiol and Ruben Diaz are weak in the air. So I don't know how strong your attackers are in the air, but Ruben Diaz and Guardiol, this is what people need to realize here for the next season, because everyone is hyping up this Guardiol and Ruben Diaz partnership. They're both weak in the air. And we're going to see that next season. That's going to be exploited. So if you want to score against Man City, cross a ball in to a tall striker. If you have a tall striker, that's what you need to do.
oh shit. Oh shit. I mean to be honest, I'm shocked that you're saying Diaz of all people can't win the ball in the air. Same. I actually think
Diaz is fine.
Guardiola not winning in the air. That's all he did at Leipzig. He was winning the ball in the air.
Yeah, Man City is not. He's never in the box where he needs to be. So,
But bro, the problem with Guardiola, you've been playing him left back though, don't you think? You've been playing him far on the left.
Yeah. So maybe he's better at
And
centre
he's
back,
going
but
to-
we've not really seen that yet because the teams we've played against haven't really forced us to play in the box too much since Guardiola shifted centre back. So maybe Guardiola can be a bit stronger in the air than he's been before for Man City. But Ruben Diaz, he used to have John Stones next to him, and the reason why is because John Stones won the balls in the air.
Yeah. By the way, man said bro upgraded. Listen, you fraud. Nobody asked. Yeah. Like genuinely nobody asked. Do me a favor.
Shut up, bitch! Oh my god!
Fraud. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, listen. It is one of them one, man. It is one of them. Oh yeah, by the way, Alf, apparently you're 11 away from 1K. Hey guys, go subscribe to him. Go subscribe to him. 11 away from 1K. Don't be frauds. Yeah. I know
pay your taxes.
I know you would love to. You're getting sick and tired of hearing him talk, but come on now. Let the guy keep on talking, bro. Let the guy keep on talking with 1K on his YouTube resume. Come on now. Let's get up to 1K. Let's give De Bruyne his.
I need to get as rich as Zed over here. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man. The chat needs to be assisting you instead of you assisting the people, bro. Yeah, come on.
Bro, I can't assist this team anymore, bro. I'm going off to Napoli. I'm going to enjoy the better weather over there.
Yeah, you're joining Conte, bro. My days. So, yeah.
Oh,
man.
God, no. Oh, no. Can I come back? Can I go back? Has Conte ever defended that trophy, by the way?
I don't think so.
I don't think he has.
I don't think so. I don't think he has, you know.
Well, 1 second, I need to see this. Oh, he has Serie A when he was Juventus manager.
Oh yeah, Juventus tenure, yes, when they were going 9 in a row. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Don't talk to Gio about that one.
Oh yeah, but I listened. Listen, apparently Spaghetti Mafia FC, according to some people, gonna have the work cut out for them tomorrow. So see how that works. Thanks to you, by the way. Thanks to you guys. But that's what happens when you play B team against Manchester City. You frauds. Yeah. By the way, speaking of, I think we need to enjoy ourselves a little bit. Who here wants to hear crash out from Gio? 1 second. Who here wants to see it? Don't think I don't have it, bro.
Just remembered. Vlaho Miss, you absolute scrub. You absolute scrub. Get the hell out of my team, you bozo. Vai a cacare. Uomo di merda. Asking for how much? 12 million. 12 million. Seriously. 12 million? And you want more than that? You absolute fucking bum. Get out of my club. Out of my club. I hope you leave this summer. You need to go. You need to go. There's no way I saw Vlahovic. I don't care if you scored. I don't care. It was 5-1 when you scored. I don't care.
Ciao, man.
Oh, dear.
Hey, listen, bro. This is what you've done to him, man. This is what happens when Tudor plays a B team against fucking Man City, bro. Yeah,
The
crazy.
only team we have yet to embarrass at some point is Barcelona. Give me Barcelona, bro. I mean, they're not in this competition, but in the Champions League, give me Barca. I need to see them, man.
He beat them
Embarrassed.
3-1, but he beat them 3-1.
Yeah, but it wasn't an embarrassing defeat. It was pretty close.
Oh yeah, true. 'cause
Like
you-
it's not like Bayern München, we smashed you guys 3-0 and you didn't get close to the goal. But I'm sorry for bringing that up, but like I'm just using it as an example of Real Madrid 4-0.
Undertaker scored a header against it, or not even a header. What was it? He scored like some mad goal again. Not even mad, some mad play of a goal, bro. By the way,
You mean
Haaland.
Rodri?
No. The Haaland
Haaland.
goal. The Arab commentator.
Oh, McConnell slipping.
No, when Stones had the ball towards Haaland.
Oh, when Stones had the ball back and he tapped it in.
And then he tapped it in. But the way he tapped it in was mad, bro. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's a maniac, bro. I'll give you that. That Haaland guy's a fucking maniac. You know what I mean? Bro, listen, back to City and Hilal, bro. I don't want to talk about that game. That game gave me nightmares, bro. Nightmares for all the wrong reasons, bro. From boxing fights to fucking Haaland shushing my fans to fucking Tuchel being my everything, bro. It was terrible. Yeah. Supposed to win a treble to fucking losing it all. Nearly losing it all. Fucking great. So yeah. Listen, Hilal, man. We're about to end the hour. I actually want to get into your prediction, brother.
I think Man City's defense will give something away at some point, so I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, but I think we'll simply outscore you. So I think we'll have a balls moment. That's what I think will happen. We'll be 2-0 up. We'll have a balls moment somewhere, because, I mean, our entire team is balls sometimes. We'll have a balls moment. You guys will get the ball and you'll score a goal. Look, for example, at what Ederson gave away against Juventus. We'll have something like that in our own half. You'll score, it will be 2-1, and then we'll just play the game out, and a late goal will drop, and it will be 3-1. That's what I think the game will be like.
Yeah, my preview, I said 2-0, bro, because I think don't get it twisted. I don't mind doing it after, but like, I think we need, for the most part, when you eventually do suffocate us, all we can do is try to hold on to pens, but I don't think it'll be enough. I actually think regardless of what we do, you're going to kill us. And I think the result will be 2-0 to Man City. I'm sorry, guys. يعني اعتذرني يا جماهير الهلال، بس يعني إذا كنت صريح معكم، يعني خلينا نكون واقع، خلينا نكون عاقل. هم أفضل منا بالراحة بعد، مو بس أفضل منا بالراحة. Yeah, I just said, let's be wise and honest with ourselves. We're way better than us. So, yeah, man, I apologize. So, to the Hilal fans. So, yeah, man, listen. Yeah, man. But hey, listen, you better not lose to us, Alf. You and AK and all, because if you lose with all the things I'm saying about you guys and us, bro.
Bro, we're doing a review, on my channel. If you lose, it's gonna be
yeah. And by the way, stay tuned for that as well. We are doing a review later on tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, Yajima. Around the same time as we started this show today. So stay tuned for that one. So win or lose or draw, I'm there. You know what I mean?
But to talk
win.
about another team right now, Inter is losing against Fluminense at halftime.
Yeah, but Inter are dead.
Bro, you killed Inter. You guys killed Inter. That's on you. You went to Inzaghi, you offered him the bag, and he said, fuck this team.
Bro, Alf, I've been warning every single individual in the fucking chat and every single individual I've been on content creation with since the 5-0. I've said that 5-0 makes zero fucking sense to happen. Yeah, because we were approaching the guy and the guy's like, I wanted to focus on the final. Literally, he said, I want to focus on the final. Few weeks prior, his family pulled up to Riyadh and they're looking at like the city and they're looking for a home in case they decide to stay. All this stuff. So I knew something happened behind the scenes when I saw a 5-0 loss, bro. You can't lose 5-0 loss in a Champions League final. It makes zero fucking sense. Surely, when Hilal approached and by the way, imagine our president was at the Bayern Inter game in San Siro. Imagine. That's how far ago it was. Yeah? So imagine the guy probably accepted, and there was news that come out after the final that from our side, that the Paterno and Italian side as well, Italian reports, that Inzaghi apparently agreed to join the Hilal. You know from when? From the Lazio game, when they drew 2-2.
Yeah.
So they still had the chance to win the Serie A. Remember, they still had the chance to win Serie A. And the guy's head was turned before the game, and something went on in the dressing room, and the mentality shifted, and I don't know what, and they threw everything away, even though they weren't trying to. But like when heads are all gone and everything, you just lose it, bro. And Inzaghi lost the dressing room. I feel like that's what happened at that moment, bro. So yes, we did kill Inter Milan. Yes, we did.
So you're already a successful European club killer, so have some chest in it.
Exactly. I'm shameless about it, bro. I'm shameless. So
I hope Inter lose to Fluminense. I know Fluminense is winning right now, but let's be honest, Lautaro will sink 2 goals.
But you beat them both. You know, apparently Fluminense are 13th in their league.
Are they?
That's what I saw. That's what I heard from a Brazilian fan on TikTok.
They are the 6th.
Oh, they were at the time, maybe before a long time. He did I don't know, but like they're not doing good from what I heard on TikTok from a Brazilian fan. So
I think you may be talking about a different team. I know that's a team in the Club World Cup that was very low. Let's see, Flamengo. No, they're first. They're first.
Yeah, Flamengo's good. Yeah.
Let's see here. Mamelodi Sundowns. They are also first. Big up to Orlando Pirates, by the way. They beat Man City in 2012 in a friendly.
By the way, Hilal, fun fact. The last time we played each other, we won 1-0, but it was a friendly. The Waffle Abd scored. Waffle Abd.
When was that?
That was around 2013. Like you had Company playing and them. Yeah, you had Vincent Company and them man playing.
I actually didn't know that we played a friendly back then.
Yeah, we played a friendly long time ago, bro. It was like 12 years ago. So yeah, bro, I'm telling you, it makes zero sense that a team Inter Milan, that was well coached, well-oiled machine, goes beats Bayern, beats Barcelona. The one that convinces me the most is Barcelona, right? Beats Barcelona the way they did. And then you go against PSG, 5-0. Yes, PSG are amazing, but that amazing team, there's no way Champions League 5-0. Heads gone.
That's the biggest defeat in a Champions League final history, and that will never be topped. That will never be topped. Let's be honest.
Bro, I'm telling you, the moment Inzaghi lost that dressing room, you knew, the thing is, all these information that's coming out now, that Inter fans are calling out, by the way, themselves, because I see Judge Mo on Twitter, and I respond to his tweets, right? Like, he responds back, funny enough, saying enjoy him and that, right? But they're calling it out because they knew something was up themselves. 5-0, and that team is doing a job. Makes no sense to me, bro. It never made sense to me. Like, yes, PSG, unbelievable. By the way, Ayman, big up. He supports PSG. Big up PSG, yeah? But the thing is, 5-0, no team is conceding 5 fucking goals no matter how good you are. Bro, an insane Barca team scored 2 against United. Not 5. Jan Sommer was making goals galore against Barcelona.
By the way, before we round up, you guys are linked with James Dean Dalby right now, a Club Brugge player. And Al Ittihad is also linked to him. He's terrible. James Dean Dalby, a Belgian-Moroccan player. You're linked with him for 25 million. Please pay the fuck up, because, bro, if we can sell that guy for 25 million, Hoyland is suddenly worth 100 million.
Is this from Anderlecht or some shit?
No, Club Brugge. Club Brugge.
Oh, you're a Club Brugge fan. Ah.
Yeah. So please
honest,
pay up, man.
Bro, I'll be honest. If he's bad, let him go to Al-Ittihad. But I don't see any. There was news apparently at one point we were linked with Bernardo Silva because apparently Bernardo Silva is linked out. But I don't know if he's gonna leave. I would like to have him.
He's not gonna leave. He's captain now, so he's not gonna leave. He's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
try
yeah,
it.
yeah. But he was initially when Bruno got rejected, or he rejected us. Sorry.
Yeah.
We were looking at your Bernardo Silva. I would have liked to have him, to be honest. I think he's the one that would have done better than fucking Bruno fraud. So, by the way, who here wants to see Bruno one more time? Sheikh Bruno. This would have been him. Far. Anyway, but big up to that guy. But it's a shame he looks like Bruno, but the Saudi version. Bruno from Haraj. Fucking hell. Anyway, now we're gonna end it here. Do you have any final words, Alf?
I'm prepared to get banned.
Well, what gets banned?
Prepared to get spammed.
Oh, prepare to get palmed. You know what? All I can say is if we do,
First of all, I want to say Alhamdulillah, God gave me everything. Alhamdulillah, I know you got this.
We will beat Bayern in the final, by the way. Bayern München, I'll beat both your clubs. Bayern München in the final, we will be there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's not happening. Do you know why it's not happening? Because we're not making the final. So keep dreaming. But anyway, you guys know what to do. Subscribe. Press the alarm bell for future content notifications. Like, comment your way. Go check social, and inshallah you're well wherever you guys may be. There you go. Now they're right. Anyway, listen. Who should we raid?
Aren't you going live on someone's channel?
Maybe actually. Who's like? Wait, what time is it? Oh no. And if you're on about Liam, he's not going live yet. For your information.
Well, I'm going live in 30 minutes with 8K.
Okay. Yeah, but you're not live now. I need someone live now. This moment.
Oh.
I see that there is. I see that. Oh, Will is live. I can redirect to Will.
Yeah.
We're gonna redirect to Carnage Extra, guys. We're gonna redirect to Carnage Extra. So, yeah. Listen, when you get there, I want you to say Zeer Raid. And yeah, guys, we're out. And before I go, make sure you subscribe to Alf. Take care. See you later. I didn't even put a clip. Fucking hell. You know what?
Stinker and hooked.
Exactly. Me right.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.